Hi, good morning to everyone. Welcome to the session Ethical Hacking. This is an Henry Harvin trainer-led session. All the training content will be there in the portal. Now, what we are going to learn in this session? We will learn what is information security overview. We will go through threats. We will see attack vectors, hacking concept, ethical hacking concept. We will see information security controls. We will see penetration testing and laws and standards. These are the topics what we are going to cover. I will just show you here. Here you can see there are 19 modules are there. There are 19 modules are there. If then maybe you are thinking that no, sorry. There is 20 modules are there. We are going to cover these topics in ethical hacking. So we will see what is ethical hacking. When I am talking about ethical hacking, what is the learning objective? Once you complete this module, you will able to understand what is information security threats. You will able to understand the various attack vectors, hacking concept. All these things we will clear in this chapter. Coming to the concept, information security, when I am talking, I am protecting the entire organization from cyber attack. Now, here it is given practice of preventing unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption. All these things comes under information security. Now, multi-tier classification system, here it is given. What is information security? I am entirely securing the information. Now you can see here what all are things information security having: network security, cyber security, cyber security, and information security. Now here it is given in 1990s, the network rapidly started using in the organizations. Then see, anything when it is in use, then related problems will come. Similarly, attacks also started. Then there is someone is required, some tools are fine for this. Here it is written. California facility, NASA researchers developed the first firewall application to make it secure. We will see what is CIA. Now, the first thing what I am going to discuss here, that is CIA. CIA means confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now we will see one by one what is confidentiality, what is availability, and the what is integrity, availability. Now confidentiality. Confidentiality meaning data should be available. No, we should protect the system from unauthorized access. Now, what is unauthorized access? See, example in an organization, the employees, yeah, the particular employee or the employees may have access to the system. Now, apart from any of that assigned employee or anybody else who's trying to get access, that is called unauthorized access. So here clearly we are discussing about the unauthorized access in confidentiality. We can give a strong password, we can go for encryption method, we can go for encryption, we can go for file permission. All these things is ensuring confidentiality. Now when I am talking about integrity, when I am talking about integrity, here I am discussing data should not get tampered at rest or in motion. So availability, data should be available all the time. That we are ensuring in availability. Coming to the here it is the history given, that is the reading material. Now This we already discussed: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Information security threats we will discuss in our next topic. Now we are going to discuss what is information security threats. Let's see. Before starting the information security threat, I will discuss about what is threat. When I am discussing about the threat, I am discussing something that may take include, it can be a software, it can be an hardware, any kind of attack which is happening to the system. I call it as threat. Now I am taking the example of a fencing in a house. If there is a fencing in an house, but anybody can, if there may be a weak lock or something, someone can break the lock and get access to the system. So that is called threat. Now malware. Now malware is also one of the major threat in the system. Malware, when we are talking, what is malware? It is the short form of malicious software. It can be any malicious software. And malware, when it is harmful. Otherwise, I can clearly say this is a harmful software. So malicious software I can say, or it is a harmful software. Malware can be categorized in two groups: malicious operations, malware operations, infection methods. These two together. Now, we will see what all are things are there in the malware. When we are talking about the malware, there can be virus, there can be worms. What is virus? Virus meaning, you already know, in your computer sometimes, in our computer sometimes computer is too slow. Then we are telling virus is there. So sometimes we can see in our computer we will not able to open some file. So that is infected with virus. So always it's like that. Virus is there in the system that makes your computer slow. Correct it is. Now second is worms. Worm meaning, it is comes under the category of malware. It is creating multiple folders. It is creating. You already seen, sometimes I not created anything, but it is creating new folder. When I open one, inside again I can see. I delete it, again I can see new. So it's automatically keep on creating the folders. That is called worms. So now, when is here it is written, if worms, if there is any, mostly most of the malware, especially worms I'm telling, if it is in the network, it can travel from one computer to other computer. Next, I am talking about the Trojan. Trojan, you can see, which is similar to the photo they showed. It is having a mythological story related to this. Ancient time in Greek people, they were having, they were in Greek people, they're having some, what it is called, war. It was this. Then one country they lost, one country they win the game, win the battle, not game, battle. So the who lost the battle, what they did, that people they given a wooden horse to the other, the opposite team who won the battle. Now what happened? Who won the battle? They took the, they got the wooden uh, statue from the team who failed it, who lost the battle. Now, actually, what it was, they kept the they took the wooden horse to their place and they kept it. Now, actually, how to their kingdom they took. Actually, how it was, in that wooden statue, the hidden soldiers were there. They started coming out. They started fighting. Next category comes under boat. What is boat? In day-to-day time, we already learned boat. Boat meaning, it is a sophisticated way of worms, I can say. Otherwise, it is not a human being who's generating things. I will just tell you, boat, chatbot you heard. Okay, when I ask something, chatbot is replying something. Similar way here the term bot what we used, this bot is without human intervention. This software, yeah, this can install in anyone's computer. See, example, it may be through the mail or something. Automatically, you are not sending the mail. The mail is going to that computer. It is automatically, and whose computer it is getting access. It is taking the contact list from that computer email, and it started sending the mail. So multiplication of mails happening. That is both. Now, attack vectors we will discuss here. Now, I am going to discuss the attack vectors. So, here it is given VPN, website, stolen employee. We will see one by one. Here it is written how attackers can reach to the computers or the network server or anything. So, virus, malware, email attack, web pages, pop up windows, instant message, chatbot, chat through chat, all of these techniques, when one computer is connecting to the other computer, attacker can spread the malware and through that they can enter to the system. Now here it is given software program. Here it is written what all are through the network insecurities. There should be some vulnerability, some drawback in the system. Through that only attacker can get access of the system. So it can be network insecurities, that can be a software bug, that can be a software bug. So there is no particular method it is mentioned. This way attacker can come. It can be physical security loopholes, social engineering. They given a list, just go through the list. Now, for all the people who's watching the video, just an information. Henry Harvin portal accessible to you all for 1 year. So you will get the reading material. It's a 8 hours computer instructor led session. It is after a 8 years trainer will be there, and there is enough topic they given. You can read the topic. Now, any point of time you are feeling, no, I'm not able to understand. I want to discuss with the trainer. So, in the portal itself, you are having an option talk to instructor. Click on talk to instructor and you can drop your message. That message will reach to me and I will reply to that question. I hope things are very, very clear to you. Talk to instructor option, just choose and write, send a message and send a message. Okay. Now, there may be, like I said, they even target physical. There are any hacker, attacker type. Here it is system. Maybe the system is weak. System weak meaning there is enough security standards are not given. That means that system we call it as weak. Then any attacker can hack the system. Now, compromised credential, it is written. Compromised credential meaning there are certain credentials are like that. So there are different methods where we are explaining compromised credential. Maybe there are systems who's using default passwords. Whoever using default passwords, so that default passwords it's very easy to identify. Default passwords are very, very, very easy to identify. Now, when the detail username is these things are available to a third party, sometimes your application got compromised, credentials are compromised, then these things through that attacker can get access of your system. We already said a malware meaning malicious software. It can be see now how attackers are getting this thing. So here it is written ransomware, spyware, trojan. All these words are familiar to you because we already discussed in our session today itself. Now, ransomware is something totally new to you. Ransomware meaning any method hacker is getting access of your computer. I am not telling this is a particular method they have to use. Using any method, attacker will get access of your computer. Once the attacker get access of your computer, they will ask for the ransom amount they will ask. That kind of attack we call it as ransomware attack. Hope it is clear. I said any method hacker is using to get access of your computer. Once the attacker get access of your computer, they are asking the ransom amount. That kind of attack is called ransomware attack. Now, here it is given. Cyber criminals, all these people, they are trying to get access of the network, system, device. Purpose is to harm the system. Maybe they want to take this thing, anything. Now here it is given. What all are things as a security person we can use to give the security? We can use technology like sandboxing, that for malware analysis. Firewalls we can use, antivirus, anti-malware. So there are many people having the misconcept antivirus will is there, that means it is secure. No, it is not secure. It is one of the thing what we are suggesting, that is antivirus. Coming to the next topic, that is phishing. Now, what is phishing mail? We all know what is phishing. We are getting the phishing mail many times. Now, example I am telling, I am getting some mail where it is written there is free Android phone, iOS phone. Sorry, I am telling the iOS phone. So the Android also can be there, but it is bit more weightage is there if I am talking about the iOS phone. So here you are getting a mail, win an iPhone. So click here. So actually nobody wants to give you anything free. So that is called a phishing mail. Just they are making you convincing things you to click on the link. Their purpose is you should click on the link and they are sharing the link. So maybe the person thinking there is some free iPhone is getting, they may click on the link. So attackers are doing that only. They want the users to click on the link. So that is called phishing mail. Example, you are getting a mail. You got a lottery. That is also a phishing mail. So insider threats. So anything can happen. There are inside the organization, people can enter the system. Outside the organization, people can enter the system. Both can be there. Insider threat meaning without this thing, maybe the person who's there in the system, that person may be an attacker. So insider threat meaning the person inside the organization who's initiating the attack, we call it as insider. That is comes under the category insider threat. Now, here we can see there are frequently people are working on it. Hacking concept we will discuss. Now, I said hacking means without permission, someone is entering to the computer, smartphone, tablet, all these things, we call it as hacking. Hacking, here it is written, while hacking may or may not always be done with malicious intent. So, most modern reference to it is like hackers describe them as engaging in illegal activity or part of cyber criminal. What it is telling? Example, I said there is always the purpose is not to steal your data. I will just tell you there are some attackers, they want to do some illegal activity. So what they are doing, they are getting access of your system, and from the system they are doing the illegal activity because their system will not be in picture. Now many people who say hacker, they will describe. So hackers, here it is written, they describe as a self-taught genius or rogue programmer adapt at altering computer hardware. Here it is written. Okay. Now, the hacking which can happen through the social engineering attack also. Now we will see some terms. Dark web hackers. It is telling the 85% of internet is only visible, 15% of internet is only visible to us. Remaining 85% it is not visible. That is called as dark web. So there are people who's trying to get that data which is not published for everyone. Many attackers they are trying to get that data that is called web hacker. Now, black hat hackers are there, white hat hackers are there. We will see what is black hat and what is white hat. The hackers which is doing with permission, we call them as black hat hacker. No, white hat hacker. The people who do the attack, do the hacking with permission, we call the white hat hackers. But there are people who's doing the attack without any permission. The person who's doing the attack without permission, we call them as black hat hackers. Now there is a category of hackers that comes under black and white that is called grey hat hacker. Grey hat hacker meaning they don't have to do the permission to do the thing. At the same time, their intention is not bad. Then we call it as grey hat hackers. We will see the ethical concept of ethical hacking. Here it is written, foundation of ethics is set of relational rules of right and wrong and continue and outline what people should do. These standards are typically expressed in terms of rights, obligation, benefit, society, fairness, or particular cues. Here it is written. Any ethics meaning there should be an integrity, there should be a moral, there should be principle, there should be honest. All these things always hackers should take care. Hackers are doing it with permission. Now, here it is given defining ethical hacking. All the hacker unauthorized access it is. Okay, so permit unauthorized access, who can get it? That is we are learning in this entire topic. Now, in order to find the vulnerabilities, we will find the vulnerabilities. What is the purpose we are finding the vulnerability? To remedy it, to mitigate the vulnerability, to eliminate the vulnerability. Ethical hackers search the system or network. Like an attacker, they are trying to get the vulnerabilities. The purpose is different. Here it is done doing with permission because they can mitigate the things. That is the purpose of this finding the vulnerability. Why it is important? I said now we are living in a digitalized era. Means everything you can see that is digitalized. May you all know before COVID and after COVID, the digital era you can describe. Before COVID, the usage of internet was limited. If you see now, the usage of internet that is increased. The usage of internet is increasing, meaning usage of internet is increasing, meaning uses of attack or uses of crime also increasing. So now all how to hack the prevention, how to attack should not happen, what all are things we can do, that all are comes under hacking. Now roles and responsibility. Here it is given. There is every department, blockchain, artificial intelligence, network, database, everything, web application, cloud computing, IoT, everything comes under the hacking area. Information security controls we are discussing. Certain information security controls are there based on the standard. I will just tell you when I am talking about cyber ethical hacking, then basically there are two different types of job profiles are there. When we are talking about ethical hacking, there is a certain people they try to find the vulnerabilities in the system with permission, and after that the company will mitigate it. Correct? Now this is the cyber security part. Now I am talking about information security. Information security is With the physical security, if I am bothered about the physical security, apart from the cyber security, I am bothered about the physical security also. Then it is called information security. How to define information security? It's easy thing. I will just give you any given definition also you can take. For me, I felt it is easy. The one definition is information security means cyber security plus physical security. Otherwise, I can say cyber security is the subset of information security. I can tell like that also. Now, there are certain standards are there. ISO 27001, BCM, Business Continuity Management. So, industries, what they are doing, based on the requirement, they are keeping the standard. So, if it is a cloud industry, they will go for 270, 17 and 18 standards. The companies bother about BCM, then they will go for ISO 22301 standard. That is, there are many standards are there. Common standard is ISMS 27001. Now, information security measures, when I am talking, it is divided preventive measures, corrective measures, and your cyber security personnel can start to minimize the damage. Example, ISO is not the, what is ISO standard? ISO standard meaning there are people, ISO standard meaning there are people who's following some best practices for that particular nature of industry. That comes under ISO 27001. ISO is a standard all over the world recognized and accepted standard. Very experienced people all over the world, what they will do, all over the world, very experienced people, they are finding what is the most happened vulnerability. And based on that, what they are doing, they are finding most happened vulnerability. And for that, that should not happen. They are trying to keep mitigation methods in that. Now, NIST we are telling. NIST, like ISO, there is other framework is there, that is NIST. What is the full form of NIST? National Institute of Standards and Technology, Cybersecurity Framework it is. Now, Center of Information Security Standards are there where CIS is in picture. Now, we are talking about the uh, we are talking about keep network teams and IT teams. All these things related to penetration testing concept. Before starting this session, we will go for a 2 minutes break and we will start that session. Now, we will come to the penetration testing concept. Penetration testing means the one job is VA and PT. That we call it as VAPT. When I am talking about VA, vulnerability assessment, and PT, penetration testing. So finding the vulnerabilities and just penetrate it and do that attack, that we call it as penetration testing. Pen test can be any area of the system, we can go for that. So in an ideal world, it is system software that can be there, discover the systematic flow we are finding, control the robustness, all these things we are doing. Now, how we are doing this VAPT? So, for that, first part is reconnaissance. When I am talking about reconnaissance means gathering information or collecting information about the target system, we call it as reconnaissance. Collecting information about the targeting system. So the collecting the information, it can be in any form. Now the second thing is called scanning. Scanning meaning it's an advanced gathering. Finding more information from the target. When I'm talking about reconnaissance, it may be an outer, just a basic information. When I am talking about the scanning, I am finding more deeper information like operating system. I am finding the applications which are installed. So all these things comes under scanning. The tool when we are using here, that is Nmap. So here it is given static analysis is there, dynamic analysis is there. Now gaining access. Next part we call it as there can be any methods, few year written, cross-site scripting, SQL injection, anything we can use to get access. Once you get access, maintain the access. Then we are doing the analysis. These all are the steps. I said there can be internal testing, there can be external testing. We can do, there are different methods of testing like blind testing, double blind testing, targeted testing. Here it is given vulnerability scanner, security scanner, penetration testing, risk assessment. All these things can be the targeted testing. Just we do, this is the first topic, it is a theoretical topic. Next topic onwards, it is practical topics. Now we are talking about the laws and standards. Security standards. There is, it comes under compliance. You can see here US laws are there. NC, here there are many laws mentioned. Governance. Certain governance related theory is written, communication, awareness, security tool, assessment, all these things we will see in detail. When I am talking about the standard, standard can be anything which is the betterment it is. Always we tell the standard which is for the betterment. So now security standard, when I am talking International Organization for Standard 27001 series, that mainly comes under standard. It's a all over world accepted standard it is. 27001 ISMS standard it is. Similar thing only for NIST SP 800 series. Here when we are talking US government and the NIST SP 853 series, that is also very famous. Now these all are the series.